This video shows features of application as a result of using ChatGPT. I'm not using any other tools for help while writing code than ChatGPT, and before ChatGPT, I was Googling for information and took it mostly from Stack Overflow. For this video, I will not try to match the conversation with what is displayed on the screen, but rather I would like to explain why I try to duplicate things and not use tools already on the market, which works with result sets of 10, 100 or 1,000 or more times rows magnitude, and which were written and tested by real developers. The answer is quite simple. I wanted to take full advantage of others' work without relying entirely on specific tools, nor requiring me to move data across applications in order to use specific features. The features shown now are just a proof of I just mentioned, and by this I mean why I need to copy my result set in Excel to be able to remove some duplicate rows and take it from there to put it in the email. Why I should take the results set to Excel and use Find and Replace feature to remove any sensitive data before sharing that data via Outlook with someone else. Same applies for things now shown in this video, but shown in other videos where result set is filtered, charted, displayed hierarchically, or aggregated to meet other requirements. In 90% of the cases, if not more, by using in-house built-in tool, we can save 2-3 clicks per user per operation, which on long run can translate to decreased delivery time. If you watch long enough this video, you will see an error, but also one bug identified and solved during the video. You will see how I copied and pasted over and over data, expecting the outcome to be different until I realized where the problem might be. Although some of the presented features are far from being mature enough since they were not tested properly, they show one important thing, which is that this tool is developed to solve specific problems and relies on its users to enhance it and tailor it according to their own use and scenarios. To give you an example, a lot of us are using Ola Hallengren scripts that we modify here and there to achieve the outcome we need for specific issues in our environments. Same can be said about DBA tools or other tools. The application I am writing cannot be yet shared with wider audience because for the time being it requires specific things to be in place in order to be flawless. For example, my application needs SQL Server locally on the instance and DB_up database with specific objects in order to function as intended. If we take the executable and copy it to a server that doesn't have SQL Server in that database, we will start receiving errors from all the features which when application is launched tries to connect to some tables and retrieve data. One solution for this is to make it SQL Server independent, meaning either integrating SQLite in my application and duplicating my DB_up database schema and data for specific tables to an SQLite equivalent DB file, or shipping the application with a data set to disk which duplicates and contains DB_up objects and some of the data and use that when we're on a server, without any SQL Server instance running there. For time being, in order to use the application, a backup of DB_up database is needed. In 2022, I believe, and before that I created a basic TSQL script which was creating the database and the objects needed at startup, but I never brought it to the new GUI, not to mention that now, from 5 tables the application was using in 2022, I ended up with 30 to 40 tables used by some of the features I've shown in my posts. In other words, the application is bloated with things because it grew from executing TSQL scripts to something much more than that. One thing I can mention here is the chat, similar to Team/WhatsApp, using as back-end some tables in SQL Server database. Another thing is the shift scheduling POC. These feature or proof of concept is along with other things the source of some errors, since it's not a finished, polished product, but merely a proof of concept I worked on for no reason than trying to extend the usability of the application.